Atlanta Community Profiles, a show about living in Atlanta and purchasing a home here. Atlanta Community Profiles is hosted by Lou Whelan, who will talk to experts who know this ever-changing city and its real estate industry. We'll talk to mayors, community leaders, and residential real estate experts. Now, here's Lou Whelan with this week's Atlanta Community Profiles.
Hello there and welcome to our show. My name is Lou Whelan. I publish the official relocation guides on Atlanta on behalf of the First Multiple Listing Service of Atlanta. We have the magazines available for the metro area, one for Cobb County in partnership with the Cobb Association of Realtors, one in Gwinnett County in partnership with the Gwinnett Chamber of Commerce, one for North Fulton in partnership with the North Fulton Chamber of Commerce, and one for Inside 285. They're available in real estate brokerage firms and chambers of commerce throughout the city. They're free of charge. Stop in and pick up a free copy. They're also on my website, AtlantaCommunityProfiles.com. And I'm also a realtor with Berkshire Hathaway Home Services, Georgia Properties. If I can help you with any of your real estate needs, my website is LouWhelan.com, WIELAND. Please just let me know. I'd be more than happy to help you. You can find out a lot of information on that site about real estate, and on my magazine site, AtlantaCommunityProfiles.com, you'll find not only the magazines, but a lot of additional information about Atlanta. And my forecast for the rest of this year is pretty strong. I think we'll end up about 5% up in prices and sales. So pretty good year. And next year we're optimistic about another positive growth year for our great city. Hopefully that they're announcing some real cool things. Hopefully maybe Amazon even. I heard something about downtown development there from Amazon over the weekend, so I don't know. But anyway, so, every week our goal is to interview people who are contributing to the well-being of our city, and people in community service. And today we are very happy to have such an individual on the show. Our guest today is Randy Knighton, City Manager for the great city of Stockbridge, Georgia. Welcome to the show.
Thank you very much for having me.
You're new to Stockbridge, not new to Atlanta. You're from Hall County, and I had the Hall County Chamber of Commerce CEO on the show last year, actually, and it was a very nice interview, and it's already on my website. If you go to my site, you'll be able to hear that. But Randy earned a Master of Public Administration and a Bachelor of Arts in Criminal Justice degree from the University of Central Florida. He holds a Master of Divinity degree from Emory. He and his wife, Debbie, have two children, Randy, 2, and Ryan. And he was in Hall County. He was the Hall County Administrator. He had the Hall County Senior Planner job and was a planning director. So he's certainly has a great background and well situated for his new position and as city manager. Now, Randy, you're pretty new, like a month, right?
That's correct, yes. I've been with the city of Stockbridge for just over a month, and I'm grateful for the opportunity to serve the citizens in the capacity of city manager.
Well, I'm sure you'll do a fantastic job. I'm going to do a profile of Stockbridge. You're the largest city in the county, in Henry County. Henry County has, I think, a population of about 217,000. Mm-hmm. And the Stockbridge has a population of about 10% of the whole county, which is about roughly right. So.
Right, about 28,000 people in the city of Stockbridge. Stockbridge has grown quite a bit since 2000. Since the 2000 census, it was right around 10,000 people. And now we sit at over 28,000 people. It's one of 4 cities in Henry County. And Henry County, as you know, given its proximity to the city of Atlanta and to the airport, has been one of the faster growing counties in the state of Georgia. And so we're poised for growth, and we look forward to the wonderful opportunities ahead of us in the city of Stockbridge.
Randy, you have stated that you had a good growth. Well, since 2000, the population growth has been 173.95%. So not too bad.
Yes. Yes, indeed. And, with growth comes opportunity. And one of the things that we are very, very excited about is what is in our future. And so along with the mayor and council, we're certainly intent on putting the foundation in place, the building blocks in place to handle the growth that we anticipate in the future.
All right. I had the privilege of doing some research on your great city in preparation for the show, and I found out one cool fact, and that was one of many, and that was that Martin Luther King Sr. was born in Stockbridge and preached his first sermon there.
That is correct, yes. It's the ancestral home of Martin Luther King Sr., affectionately known as Daddy King. We're very excited about embracing that heritage. In fact, we have a discussion item on our upcoming agenda around perhaps some honoring of a continued honoring of Martin Luther King Sr. And so that is one interesting fact for the city of Stockbridge that we are very proud.
Yeah, that's really amazing. And I did another analysis on real estate prices, and I went back for 10 years, month by month, and I'll let you have this analysis. But, and let's see, in November of 2012, the median sales price of a home in their city, for attached and detached, was $79,250. And this November, it's $163,000 even. So you've had an increase in value quite a bit there, and since the really kind of a bottom of the recession, sort of a bottom of the recession, you quickly rebounded from 72 to 100 in just 2 months, but that was a low month. But what is in your opinion, why have you experienced such an increase in real estate prices? I hate to put a lot of pressure on you. You're only a month in the job there. But.
Oh, no, that's quite all right. I think that in large part it is due to the demand for housing and multiple housing types. Obviously, given, again, our proximity to Atlanta, I think a number of people have discovered Henry County and have discovered Stockbridge. And it's a great place to live, a good, sound quality of life. One of the things that we are engaged in right now, or beginning, is our comprehensive plan process. This will be the first city-initiated comprehensive plan that we will develop for the city of Stockbridge. And essentially that is a framework, provides a framework for development over the next 20-year period. And so what we want to do is we want to engage our citizens and elected officials and develop a comprehensive land use plan that will properly segment housing types, but not segment housing types, but segment land uses in terms of commercial, office, industrial, and residential to provide the proper mix that many communities would like to see and desire. I think we've got a number of things working for us. We're located right along 675 and Interstate 75. And again, it's a growing community with diverse age groups, and it's got much to offer to many different people. So we hope going through this comprehensive plan process over the next several months will provide us with the framework for development and growth that we anticipate in our future.
You have the land area is 13.31 square miles.
That's right.
And how much of that do you have available for development? Do you know?
Well, we've got some available for development. We've got some areas that are currently available for development. But one of the things that you look at in a city such as Stockbridge and many other cities across the state who are relatively small in size is redevelopment opportunities. And so we're positioning ourselves for redevelopment opportunities in various parts of the city, and especially in our downtown. with respect to some of our commercial businesses. We've got a few programs ongoing right now to support our businesses, and we certainly want to put the building blocks in place to retain our existing businesses, but to also attract new business to the city of Stockbridge.
Mm-hmm. We're going to talk about that in the next segment, because you have attracted some pretty new business, a lot of new businesses actually down there, and some pretty nice sized ones too. And so stay tuned. We'll be right back after the break, and we're going to talk about some pretty cool things such as the Jodico Atlanta South project.
Look forward to it.
Very exciting.
Yes.
So stay tuned. We'll be right back. Welcome back. I'm Lou Wieland, and sitting here with Randy Knighton, who's the city manager of the great city of Stockbridge, and he's been in that position for a full month now, so I'm sure he knows everything there is to know about Stockbridge. And Stockbridge is the largest city in Henry County, and it represents about 10% of the county's population. And you can buy a really nice house in Stockbridge, by the way. The median house price is only $163,000. So people who are coming to this Atlanta to do in the film business from California and New York are probably wondering if that's the mortgage for the first year or if that's the total price. So it's a pretty good deal. So, you know, one thing I noticed in learning and doing some preparation, and I had your mayor on the show 5 years ago, and a lot has changed in 5 years. And one of the things that's changed is one of the many things is commercial development. And well, let's talk about one of the things that are key factors in your attractiveness to industry, and that is the logistical aspect of the city next to the major highways and to the Port of Savannah.
Yes, those factors are certainly essential to any community in attracting commercial and large-scale business development, and also, of course, our proximity to Hartsfield-Jackson Airport. One of the key criteria of most businesses when they look to relocate is proximity to highway, to major international airport, and also to the port of Savannah in this case, and also transit opportunities and options as well. So we are properly positioned to attract those businesses, and we certainly look forward to opportunities that we'll have in the future.
Well, I was reading, I'm doing some research, and the distribution facilities have found your city particularly attractive. Georgia Pacific, Home Depot, Amazon, Nestle, Toys R Us, Whirlpool, just to name a few. And also, you have a new development going up down there that is quite exciting, Jodico Atlanta South. Tell us a little bit about that.
Absolutely, yes. That is certainly something that we are all very excited about. It's located along Interstate 75 there at Jodico Road in that area. It is approximately 158 acres, and it calls for just around 600,000 square feet of commercial development, along with 400 or so units of a residential development. So it truly does have components of a mixed-use development where some can live there and access the commercials development, as well as the restaurant, retail, and everything that comes along with a development of this magnitude. It certainly will be a game changer for the city of Stockbridge and for Henry County as a whole, and provide our citizens with additional options for retail, shopping, and dining as well. So we're very excited. The property has been cleared, and we're anticipating some great news here in the near future.
I know that you're looking to attract an organic grocery store, a sporting goods chain, and a 12,000 square foot food hall.
Well, we are sure that the businesses that do ultimately decide to locate here will be commensurate with what is a fine community such as the city of Stockbridge. Obviously, until formal announcements are made, I will be reluctant to mention any names specifically, but we certainly are excited about the opportunities that will persist there.
Well, I promise you, I won't tell anybody if you just give me a little hint so I can. We'll keep it just between us girls. Say, Omega Communities is building a $45 million, 150-unit independent living, assisted living, and memory care development in Stockbridge also, which would be a pretty nice boom for the active seniors. Mm-hmm. And I'm sure that'll be an economic value.
Sure. We've seen over the years across certainly the Southeast a rise in developments which cater specifically to active seniors and to seniors in general. And this is just another indication of everything that Stockbridge has moving in a positive direction when you have diverse developments evaluating and then ultimately coming to your city.
So goes Henry County, so goes Stockbridge, I guess, right? And Henry County is definitely on the move. You're chairing the Board of Commissioners. June Wood was on my show a month or two ago, and enjoyed meeting her.
Absolutely.
That show is on my website, by the way. If you would like to hear more about the county, please just go to the site.
Right. I've had an opportunity to meet her and certainly think the world of her. She has a tremendous reputation among the citizens and elected officials in Henry County, and certainly she's a great leader, and I look forward to working with her on behalf of the city of Stockbridge.
So could you just comment a little bit on the school system in your city and county?
Sure. Obviously, Henry County has just selected a new superintendent to oversee the school system. From what I can ascertain, the Henry County schools are very strong. I had the opportunity to attend a school meeting about a week ago at Cotton Indian Elementary School, and very excited about the young children there and the Leader in Me program that they have ongoing there at that particular school. So obviously school systems are vital not only to the primary function they have of educating our young people, but also strong school systems lead to strong communities in the future.
Don't you think there's a direct connection between the quality of the schools and the attractiveness of the city to industrial developers?
Well, as I mentioned earlier, one of the key components or criteria that many businesses use is how well school systems, technical colleges and universities can prepare their existing or future workers to support those particular businesses. And in Henry County, we're strong there. And also in the metro Atlanta area, we're strong with the great universities and technical school systems that we have throughout the state, really, but certainly in the metro Atlanta area with Emory University, my alma mater, and also, of course, Georgia Tech, Georgia State, and the many other universities in metro Atlanta.
I would like to ask you a little bit of a personal question here. Speaking of Emory, and I was wondering how your background at Master of Divinity empowers you to do a great job as a city manager.
Well, I think all of our experiences through life prepare us for whatever career choices we make. And certainly my experience with Emory was just immeasurable, with the opportunity to learn from my fellow peers and students and the great faculty they have there, and learning how to embrace diversity and embrace those of different faiths and it certainly has helped me matriculate through my career, and it's been a great system of support and foundation for me.
Stay tuned. We'll be right back. Welcome back. I'm Lou Whelan, sitting here with Randy Knighton, City Manager for only 1 month at the great city of Stockbridge, and a population of 28,000 out of a population of 217,000 in Henry County. And Randy has a degree from the University of Central Florida in public administration and a Bachelor of Arts in criminal justice, and also a Master of Divinity from Emory. And you can't really get a better school than Emory. But it's nice to have somebody with a high sense of spirituality in a government position like that. And I wish you well. I'm sure you'll be a great asset.
Well, thank you very much. Again, you know, those experiences are always vital in whatever career path we take. And certainly local government in particular, we have to ensure that we are transparent and open and ultimately serve the citizens of our various communities in the most ethical, honest way that we can, and what our citizens expect. And so we have a responsibility, a tremendous responsibility in service, and I've enjoyed the opportunity I've had over the past 24 years of my career.
Okay, so we talked a little bit about your comprehensive plan that has been adopted. But I would like to say one thing about the schools. You have 4 elementary schools, 2 middle schools, and 2 high schools. So, and all a part of the Henry County school system. So, excellent schools. And well, let's get moving on to the master plan. What's coming in as a whole new kind of outlook and perspective on the city? What are some of your major goals?
Well, some of my major goals involve developing that comprehensive plan, also engaging our staff and elected officials in strategic planning. You know, one of the things that we believe will happen over the next several years is growth, and then we have to properly plan for that growth, not only through land use planning, but also financially. And so as we continue to identify goals that resonate with the citizens of our community, we want to make sure that we are able to accomplish those goals in the most fiscally responsible manner that we can. The city of Stockbridge is in excellent financial health and shape. In fact, we have right about $15 million in reserves, a general fund budget of about $10 million, which really is unheard of for most communities. We also have a very strong SPLOST program that those funds are used to provide infrastructure provision throughout our city. Although we are strong, we certainly always are conscious of the fact that we have to maintain our fiscal strength and in the most responsible stewardship that we can put forth, and we're committed to doing that, to be able to strategically plan for things such as parks or trails, perhaps an amphitheater that we have a vision about, but do it in the most fiscally responsible manner possible.
You tell me a little bit about the downtown part of the city.
Sure, we've got a nice downtown. We also have a Main Street program that many communities have throughout the state. And we're in the process now of really revitalizing that downtown program and engaging more directly with our businesses downtown. In fact, tomorrow morning we have a business association luncheon or breakfast, at 7 o'clock in the morning, and that purpose is to engage all of our business owners to begin to reorganize some of our business programs and have them tell us how best we can support them in their business endeavors. We also, as a part of our Main Street program right now, we're undergoing a branding initiative, and we have engaged our staff and also consultant team to conduct focus groups, provide surveys throughout our community, and as a part of our branding initiative, we want to make sure that not only people internally in Stockbridge, but people around the state and, quite frankly, around the country are aware of who we are and what we have in the way of our community.
Well, one thing that is very apparent in looking at your community is the number of parks that you have. It's really an outstanding variety and quantity of parks for a city of your size.
We do have parks, and we're very proud of. In fact, we have a number of events that have been ongoing in our parks, and they're heavily used. We also have a conference center, the Merle Manders Conference Center, which holds a number of events, weddings, receptions, and other meetings as well. So we certainly have that facility open for those who would like to utilize the conference center. You can certainly contact us, and we'll put you in touch with the right people.
Fantastic. Stay tuned. We'll be right back. We have quite a bit more to talk about, including the just the leisurely lifestyle that's available, particularly with the abundance of parks and recreation facilities. Stay tuned. Welcome back. I'm Lou Whelan, sitting here with my new friend, Randy Knighton, who has been city manager of the great city of Stockbridge for a full month. And, it's, I guess am I the first radio interview that you had since coming in?
Yes.
All right. Thank you very much for the honor of being the first radio host to have you on the show. And, I know that economic development is endemic to the goals of the cities in the Southern Crescent, and not only your city, but others, Union City and so forth. Tell us a little bit about some of your concepts for economic development.
Well, we certainly want to, again, attract as much business as we can and commercial opportunities as we can. Just like every community, we want to have the proper balance of residential, commercial, and office development. It's critical for any community to be able to provide for its citizens or be a facilitator in providing for its citizens opportunity for retail, restaurants, shopping, dining, and so forth. And so one of the critical hires that I'm charged with making over the next several months is hiring an economic development manager. The mayor and council had the vision and foresight to authorize that in our past year's budget, and we're currently in the process of seeking qualified candidates for that position. That position will certainly be the point person in ensuring that we are as visible as we can, and we are positioned to attract business opportunities as they exist.
What about, I'm sure you've looked at manufacturing and distribution and the motion picture and television production as three key industries, right? Mm-hmm. How do you approach those two industries from a priority standpoint or perspective overall?
Sure. You certainly want to have opportunities for industrial and manufacturing, but you want to have the right opportunities and the type of industrial and or manufacturing that fits your particular jurisdiction. And so as part of, the economic development program that we'll have going forward, we will certainly identify and hopefully be able to attract those types of industry. It's always important for us to be visible, to be open to those types of industry.
In most parts of Atlanta, there is a shortage of housing. Mm-hmm. The inventory is at about the lowest it's been in very, very long time. Do you have that problem in there? How do you see that?
I don't think that we have a dearth of housing opportunities and housing types. We certainly want to be able to provide as best we can various housing types and price points, because again, we understand that the citizens that we have and will come to live in the city of Stockbridge are different points of life. You have millennials, you have married couples, you have seniors, and so we want to be able to provide all of the housing types that would attract a diverse community.
So you have one of the things that both millennials and active adults look for in any city is parks. Mm-hmm. And I've got just many sheets of paper here on different parks: Clark Community Park, Rum Creek Golf Course, Starlight Skating Center, on and on. I've got many, many parks. What's your perspective on that as a priority?
Sure, those are very important to quality of life issues for citizens. Most people want to have opportunities and diverse opportunities to recreate and to play for themselves and for their children. We've got, in particular, I'd mention Gardner Park, Clark Park, Memorial Park are three parks that are in Stockbridge. And those parks are open, throughout the week and on the weekend. In fact, we've upgraded some areas of Clark Park to include inclusive playground equipment for children who may be physically challenged. And so we're also looking at adding a splash pad to one of our parks very, very soon. And so, our parks are highly utilized. In fact, just 2 weeks ago, we had our breast cancer walk in Clark Park. We had a number of citizens who came out and were part of that great event.
Well, not every city has a ballet, but you have an Atlanta Festival Ballet there, too, which is something that the city of Atlanta has been trying to get, actually, for a while now. That's one of the priorities. And you mentioned Clark Community, Cochran Park. You have a trail system, too, that I noticed. And that's a lot of cities I know are prioritizing having that, and then maybe having residential communities tied to it.
Mm-hmm. We're starting to see throughout the metro area, especially, we're starting to see the priority of including trail systems and parks and providing linkages throughout a particular city and or a county. When you can place those multi-use trails together, you give your citizens an opportunity to really get out, to recreate, and provide for, again, those quality of life issues that are so important to all of us.
Great to have you on the show, Randy, and thank you very much for coming on. I know it's inconvenience of time, but we really appreciate your coming on the show.
I certainly appreciate this opportunity to speak on behalf of the city of Stockbridge, and we've got so much more ahead of us. I hope that I'll be able to come back in maybe a year or two and talk more about the things that we have accomplished. And I certainly would be remiss if I didn't mention our mayor and council, all of our mayor, Judy Neal, our council members, Anthony Ford, John Blunt, Elton Alexander, Neat Robinson, and Lakeisha Gant. They certainly have done a tremendous job of laying the foundation for a great Stockbridge, and so we look forward to everything that we'll realize in the years to come.
We'll have you back on the show every year, and thanks for your service to the community. And now stay tuned for Dr. Bill Williams, Chairman and CEO of Swanee Dental Care, our dental health expert.